Hello, my dear YouTube friends. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Please let me know down in the comment field how you're doing, and also let me know what are you working on while watching this video. So, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you consider subscribing. There is a subscribe button right down there. Next to it, you will find a bell. If you ding that bell and choose all, you will be notified whenever I put up a new video. And if you're back, hey friends, I'm so happy to see you again. I really do appreciate you being here. Well, I appreciate all of you being here. And also, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help with all the YouTube algorithms and whatnot. So, what do we have today? Today we have a Wip Chat. And if you don't know what a Wip Chat is, WIP, W-I-P, stands for work in progress. And my work in progress today is this diamond painting. But you can knit, you can crochet, you can cross stitch, you can felt, you can take a walk, you can do grocery shopping, or you can sit in your couch just treating this like a podcast. And chat, well, that means I'm going to chat your ears off for a while, okay? Okay. So what are we working with today? We are working on A Question of Reality by Christopher Lowell. Oh my God. It's from Diamond Art Club, of course. And look at it. Look at all those details and all those. Yeah, I don't know. I'm loving it. So it is a square dwell diamond painting. Of course it is. I only do squares. It is a 70 by 99 centimeter diamond painting. So it's a big one. But you know me, go big or go home. This one has 76 colors. So I couldn't fit them. I have my drills I have in these Elizabeth wood containers. I only use two sizes. I use the extra small and the small because the small can fit one entire big bag of drills from Diamond Art Club. So, yeah. But I had to put them in two containers. But enough of that. Let's talk about what I'm working with today. So I have my Bella Art Nicole tray. This is a small one. It fits perfectly in my hand. And I love it, even though it mostly just stands down there. Then I have my North Alchemist diamond painting pen. It has a single placer from Diamond Art Club with a glue dot in it. And then the other end we have a 7 placer also from Diamond Art Club with my own homemade scented putty in it, even though I haven't been using it yet. And look at those colors. It's kind of like marble, beauty, purple, white, whatever. It's beautiful. I do also have 2 other pens from my Neighbor's Outpost on hand. If I need them, they both have single places from Diamond Art Club with glue dots in them. And they both have multi-places from Diamond Art Club with my own homemade scented putty in them. And here's the extra small Elizabeth wood container. This is my trinket tray from my dear friend Angie over at Angie's. Oh my God, it's been a while since I said this. Angie's Sparkle Addiction Art. I'm sorry, Angie. I just blanked for a second. I love this. This was a gift from Angie. And I think she said that this was her very, very first trinket tray that she made, which is, I'm very honored. So this little thing is a trash minder. You can keep your trash in here. And I'm a picky diamond painter, just to let you know, because people will say, look how little you did, and I already have trash in it. So you see this little magnet? There is a magnet underneath this trash tray as well, and it makes it stick to the trinket tray, so you can actually move it around and it won't go anywhere. I love that feature. Then I have my trusted tweezers. This is from Diamond Art Club, and this is a non-branded tweezer that I got from AliExpress. So everybody is hyping about these pink tweezers and how they want them. There's a reason why Diamond Art Club stopped producing them, because they lose their color. I mean, it falls off. So yeah. So if you want them, don't use them, because yeah. Anywho, again, how are you guys doing? Please let me know down in the comment field. I really, really want to know. And as always, I have to do it like this because the sunlight's coming through my windows and I can't see anything. Maybe, sometimes I'm like, maybe I should do these in the evenings when it's darker, but it is high summer here in Denmark, so it doesn't get dark until, I don't know. I think the sun goes down at around 11 or something, 11 p.m. So that would be rather late. But yeah, I love summer. Today has been nice and warm. And David has been trimming our hedges. And I was mostly indoors. I'm a lazy butt. But I went outside, I got him something to drink because he'd been out there a while, and I was like, okay, you probably forgot to hydrate. So I brought him a soda, and then I was looking at our raspberry patch. It's just a little one. We have 5 plants, and I was like, oh, there is some weed in there. My God, words today, you people. It's gonna be one of those days, I'm telling ya. So I found some weeds, and I was like, maybe I should remove that. And at first I was like, oh, we might need to wait for rain because the ground was really dry. But then David said, you know what, it's just loose because I've been messing with it so much. So basically just loosen the soil a little and you can remove it. Like, cool, I do that. And then I did that for a few minutes and I realized, you know what, I'm going to ruin my already very, very frail nails. I don't know if you saw that, but my nails, they look horrible. Please don't. But look at this. I'm pretty sure that it's those nails, those fake nails that I wore, that are ruining them. But I'm going to try again to see if it was that or not. But yeah, so I picked up some garden gloves that I have, and I found a little rake and then a bucket for the wheat, and I removed wheat for a little while. Eventually my knee was like, yeah, no more. But I did get some wheat out of the raspberry patch. And I mean, it's more than nothing, right? So, yeah, I did a little. Of course, David always does way more than me in the garden. But I am going to try to do more. Yeah, I am going to try. And now I'm here. It is, what time is it? It is 5:50 in the p.m. David went to work at 4. And my plan was to get in here right after that and film. But I ended up on the couch just scrolling through I don't know how many reels and whatnot. So, yeah. But I'm here and I'm talking your ears off as always. So yeah, I started this one on the 25th, and today is, what is it today? The 26th. So I started this yesterday. Oh right, I started it before I went to bed yesterday. I was like, I didn't start. Okay. And I'm working upside down because that's usually what I do when I'm beginning on a bigger one, and then after a few rows I'm turning it the right side down, and then I do it from there. And I'm basically in the middle of it because I know I was gonna film today, and if I film over on this side, it's pretty hard to get it in the camera. So I'm like, okay, let me start here in the middle and then work my way this way so that that is over with. And then by the time that I might need to do another Wip Chat, I probably am over here or I'm on the next row. You never know how fast this one goes. But I don't think I will be because we have a busy weekend. So yeah, but where are we? We are right around here. Yeah. Yeah, you can see we have the blue and then we're going over to the red. So we are right about here. And yeah, I'm a slow diamond painter, but you know that. And I haven't really gotten the hang of the multi-placing thing. I actually still prefer to single place. I don't know, maybe once in a blue moon I'm gonna be like, oh yay, I love multi-placing. You never know, you never know. I'm also a big confetti lover. I actually prefer confetti. I'm not a big fan of color blocking. Maybe because I'm not really into the multi-placing. I don't know. Yeah. This one do have some patches of color blocking. Of course it does. But mostly, I think when I'm going down, it's going to be more. Well, I don't know. I can see down. I guess it's a mix of both, but it's gonna be okay. I mean, I can still single place even though it's color blocking. Maybe I should just practice my color block and my multi-placing some more because this is a newer kit. So possibly the grit is a match for the multi-placers, because some of the older ones, the issue is that the grid is a little too big, so that I'm experiencing some gapping and then I just give up. Because I feel like I have less gapping when I single place. At least when I'm, doing this checkerboarding, it feels like I have a lot less gapping. And my voice is weird. I know. I'm doing okay. I'm not sick. It's just my voice being weird, as always. I don't know. I'm having this thing right now that whenever I'm speaking or singing, I love to sing, but all of a sudden my voice just goes poof, and for a few seconds it disappears. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's got something to do with my Klippel-Feil. Maybe it doesn't. I should ask. Maybe it's, a side effect of being in anesthesia a few times. I've been having surgery 3 times since 2016. Before that, I can't remember that I have been, having a proper surgery. I mean, I had my, not the tonsils, the other ones down there. I seem to forget the name all the time. And then I had tubes put in when I was, I don't know, 4 or 5. So I was in the hospital. But I don't know, and I can't find anywhere if I was in anesthesia or if they just used the gas. I don't know, but I think they would use anesthesia to remove those non-tonsil thingies. I can't remember the name, I'm sorry. So it's just non-tonsils thingies as of right now. I'm gonna move my colors down here because otherwise I have to stretch my arm through and that kind of looks weird. Hopefully you can still see. We're working over here. But yeah, that's a long time ago. I mean, that might be something like 40 years ago. I'll be 45 in September, so if I was 4 or 5, that is a long time ago. Hang on. There you go. See, the thing is, when I'm diamond painting on camera, I tend to be not aligning very well, because when I'm diamond painting off camera, I'm leaning over my diamond painting. Yeah. I don't know. I'm half blind. Even though I've gotten my glasses, I'm still, I'm not blind, but I need to be closer to those little squares. You do know that these are tiny, right? They're 2.5 millimeters, so they're teeny tiny. So, yeah. That's it. So, let's talk about my week since last. Last time we spoke was Wednesday afternoon. So, what happened since then? I think I told you that I was going to visit a friend in the evening. Yeah, I did. So, yeah, I visited her, and it was nice. Really nice. I hadn't seen her in quite a while due to, life and whatnot. And when I got there, she has twins, and one of the twins came running and gave me this. Isn't it cute? Has my name on it. And then he knows that I'm a knitter, so he has yarn balls and knitted socks and knitted hat, and my name is in knitting. I mean, isn't that just adorable? I love it. So I'm gonna have to hang it somewhere. I just need to figure out where. But I love that. And they have a dog, Coco. She's, what, almost 3 by now? And she's a handful. At least to me, she's a handful. I'm not very good with dogs that jump. I never have them. I know why this is hard to see everything. There you go. Will that be easier? Maybe. So yeah, but she's gotten better. She isn't quite as jumpy. She's still a little wild, which I'm not a big dog fan. Let's just be real. I'm not. I don't hate them. I just have, like, Great Danes. I'm scared of them, especially if I haven't seen, if I don't know them well, I'm really scared of them. And if they come running, you know, barking, even though it's a happy bark, I'm gone. I mean, I don't like them. I'm terrified of big Great Danes. Maybe I think I've told you before, but my sister, they had a Great Dane when I was a child, and that one wasn't particularly fond of kids, so it needed to have on. Now, what are those called? A mallet, whatever they're called, the things that they have on the snouts, because yeah, she had to have that on. He had to have that on. His name was Arnold. For I don't know, the first day or so, until he was used to us being there. So I think that's the reason why I'm not a big fan of Great Danes. Theirs is a Labrador, I think. Yes, a Labrador. And she's sweet enough once she relaxes, once she's done with the whole I'm in your face kind of behavior. And I'm gonna lick you all over. I'm not a big fan of that big wet tongue either. I'm like, ugh. I'm used to cat tongues. They're small and they're not wet. I don't know. I'm a cat person, you guys. Can you hear that? I'm just, yeah. But it was good to see her again, and we chit-chatted for, I don't know, 3 hours or so. Knitted and just, got the situation of the world under control, and yeah, and I got home, did some diamond painting on my Zodiac, which I finished. Was that Friday? When did I finish Zodiac? Saturday? I can't remember. I finished it recently. And then Thursday, I had a visit from one of my oldest friends. We've known each other 22 years by now, which is a long time. She was here at 11:30 a.m. and we just, got talking like always, and we knitted. I was knitting on a dishcloth. Those are just the easiest things to knit when you're chit-chatting, at least for me. That's usually what I'm knitting when I'm out and about or having company over. Plus, people like those. Even though I do have a bunch in my stash right now, so I think I need to try to sell some of them. Mostly I'm giving them away, just because, it's, you can't keep that many dishcloths, and, yeah, giving, see, I knew I forgot some. Okay. and if people, appreciate me giving them some cloths, I mean, you can use them as washing cloths, or you can use them in your kitchen, whatever, then who am I to keep them to myself? I mean, I love knitting, and if people want them, then why not? But I haven't seen a whole lot of people lately, so nobody's told me, hey, do you have any or they haven't seen me knit on them and be like, oh, that one's pretty. And I'll be like, oh, you want it? Here you go, when I finish it. That has happened, I don't know how many times now. People, we're chit-chatting and people are saying, oh, I love that color. And then, then I'm almost finished and I'm like, you want it? That tends to happen a lot with me. I mean, then I don't have to bring it home. Sometimes I tell people, you have to weave in the ends yourself if I know that they are able to do that. Other times I just do it for them and then tell them, you have to wash it yourself. Please do that before using it. So, yeah, but I have a bunch right now. So maybe I should put them on Facebook Marketplace. See if anybody want to buy some cloths. I'm sorry. So then when my friend's name is Christine, well, that is the English version of it. It's different in Danish. In Danish, it's Christine. So we were sitting chit-chatting, and then I got a messenger notification from a woman that I consider my sister, and she considers me her sister, and I'm an aunt to her girls. She wrote like, do you want to visit? And I asked Christine, because she knows her as well. I was like, would it be okay? And she's like, yeah, sure. So she stopped by. I haven't seen her since before COVID, due to COVID and busy, and last year was, the whole thing with my mother-in-law, and she had a lot of things going on health-wise and some bad things in her family happening, with a male family member ending up going to jail. And I guess maybe you can guess from that description what that male family member did. Yeah. It's kind of interesting because that family member, from the first time I met him, I had this kind of feeling, There was just something that I didn't like. And this, I mean, you can ask people. You can ask my sister there. She knows I've been saying it since I met him the first time. There's just something that irks me the wrong way, And apparently I was right. So he's in prison. But it's good, I'm happy that she came by. And then when Christine was leaving, she and I always, we set the next date to see each other, because otherwise time just flies. And all of a sudden we haven't seen each other for I don't know how long. So it's basically like, okay, when will we see each other next time? And, for me, it's pretty open because I'm home. So most of the time I don't have any plans except Mondays. Mondays are off limits, because those are roses. So do I pop my head in so you can see it? I'm sorry if I do. And then my sis was like, oh, maybe we should do the same. I was like, sure. And we found dates for both of them. I mean, not the same date, of course, because, it's nice to have time one-on-one. So, yeah, that was Thursday. And Friday was Rosa's birthday. She's 4, you guys. I mean, hello. My baby is 4. Oh my God. That niece of mine, she's growing up way too fast. So I had asked my brother if I could stop by, because I know that my brother and Rosa's mom usually they spend time together with Rosa on, big days, Mother's Day, Father's Day, her birthday, their birthdays, Christmas, New Year's, and stuff like that. I don't know if that'll keep happening, but that is what it is right now. Even though they're not together, they do this for Rosa. So I asked, can I stop by, maybe just 15 minutes or so, because I have a gift for her from the cats. And I was like, okay, I wrote him like, I don't know, what was it, 4:30? I was like, hey, will it be okay if I stop by now? And he was like, yeah, sure. So I wrote in there and I told her, how the kitties had pushed me into that I had to go in there right now because they wanted her to have their gift today and not the day after, and you know. And Rosa was, they got me a present. I was like, yes, they bought, I mean, Auntie had to buy it, but they told me what to buy. I was like, yeah. So she got a dress with the Danish flag on it. Sorry. It was made because of the European nationalship. The European Championship. Oh my God. And yeah. But I was like, you know what? It has flags all over, so I mean, of course it can be used for a birthday dress as well, right? Or just a dress. So she got that, and I bought her some gummy bears from the cats because she loves gummy bears. And I chit-chatted a little with her, and then I drove home again. Did some diamond painting, and then we had that birthday on Saturday, which was nice. It was rather cold, but at least it wasn't raining anymore. Oh my God, I have to tell you this. Friday, right about the time that I got home from my brother and Rosa's, it started raining. And we had been warned about this, that it was gonna be like a I don't know, a downpour. It's not a really, really bad rain. And oh my God, it rained. I mean, like, at several times I was like, it was basically just pure water coming down from the skies. You couldn't see the raindrops. It was just like, pouring water. There was so much rain. And oh yeah, right. Friday was also, David was they have once a year, they have this big company party where, co-workers from all over the country meet, usually up in Aarhus, which is the second largest city in Denmark. So I had driven him down to his work at a quarter after 1 p.m. because, they were taking a bus up to the party. And then I drove home, I did some diamond painting, and then I, wrote down to my brother and Rosa, got her gift, and it kept raining. I mean, I was picking up David at 2 a.m. and it was still pouring down. It was crazy, just pouring. But at least Saturday when we got up, it had stopped raining, which I appreciate that. But it was chill. So yeah. But we were outside most of the day, and it wasn't until, late afternoon that it got really kind of like cold. And by that time we were heading inside because we were having dinner. Um, we were having hot dogs for dinner, which I guess Rosa has been saying, I want hot dogs. She loves hot dogs. Really, that girl just loves food. But so yeah, that was her birthday. We went home at around, I don't know, 9, I think. And David had an early start because he had gotten home late and he had had something to drink and whatnot. And then he had to get up early again Sunday to get up and ride his bike with his biking buddies. What happened here? So he would try to go to bed early. Which, I mean, for some reason he always say it, but it never really happens. There you go. I had a piece of glue dot sticking out at the end, and it drives me bonkers when that happens. So yeah, he went to bed, and I stayed up because I still have that sleep trial going on, and I had to go to bed at 4 at that time. So I diamond painted, and I think I went to bed a little earlier than 4 because I was tired, and I refused to stay up because I'm supposed to. And I mean, if I'm tired, then of course I'm gonna sleep. I mean, it would make sense that if I'm that tired, I will fall asleep. At least, rather quickly. And then Sunday morning, I was awake like 5 seconds when David said goodbye. He usually comes in and say goodbye when he's leaving, which I like that. I mean, that way I know that he's gone. I don't know. I mean, it's just, it's nice to know that he said bye before he's leaving. Yeah. And then I got up at my usual time and gave the kitties their food and emptied the oh my god, words, you guys. The litter box, there it was. What's wrong with me today? Words are eluding me. So I did that and then cuddled with the kitties a bit and let them outside because the weather was nice, so they get to go outside into the catio. I might need to do another video out in the catio with them. And then I got in here, I diamond painted a little. I did some vacuuming around the house, and then I diamond painted until David got home, I don't know, during the afternoon sometimes. And I had totally forgotten that Sunday was summer solstice celebration here in Denmark. So I had actually scheduled my live on Sunday, and I was like, oh my God, no, I can't. I'm not home, So I had to cancel that live, and then we did that summer solstice celebration. That's here in Denmark. You make bonfires, and some places they sing songs. We don't do that here because we're not really that many. I don't know how many we were, but maybe 50, 70 people. And then in our homeowners association, we sell beer and sodas and juices for kids. And we had cake this year that some of the girls had baked. And if you are a member of the homeowners association, you don't have to be out here. Then you would get a free drink for everybody in the house. If you are mom, dad, and 2 kids, you would, for instance, get 2 beers and 2 sodas, whatever people want. Not everybody drink beer. Look at me. And then you had to buy cake. But it's nice because some people, even though they're members of the association, they still want to pay for their drinks, even though they can get them, that first round. And they were like, no, we just want to support the association, so they pay. And it isn't expensive. Sometimes I pay myself, just, so the money goes into the bank account. And a lot of people bought cake. David and I bought cake as well. So, well, toward the ending, because we were like, okay, we have to wait, because there was actually more people than we had expected. So we hadn't bought that many sodas and stuff. But, so the board and their families waited until everybody else had gotten what they wanted. And but there was enough cake. We even had this one elderly man who came by, and he bought 10 pieces of cake. So, he would take them home and put them in the freezer, and that way he would have, easy cake for even if he had a company coming over, or just for his, Sunday coffee or whatever. So he bought 10 pieces of cake. He did say, I wasn't told that there was the solstice celebration, because usually we have been giving out these little notes in everybody's mailboxes, but we decided against it this year, just to save the paper. And we kind of assumed that most people was in our Facebook group. We have a Facebook group for the association. Even there's a lot more members in the Facebook group, even though, most aren't a paying member of the association. We have around 200 houses in this area, but only 58 houses is a member of this association. So that's kind of like, it's 200 Danish kroners a year, which is about $30 a year. And it's mainly, to help doing repairs and to pay for, this is the first year we had to pay a company to come mow our lawns, which is kind of sad, because usually we had somebody who would do it, but that person said that our mower is broken, which nobody really believes. So we have had to pay, which we need money, to do that. So, yeah, David and one of the other members' husband were like, I wonder if it's just, a bad excuse. We could look at that. David was asking, so what's wrong with it? And we're like, nobody was like, I don't know. I mean, they didn't tell. So David was like, I mean, you have to look at it to see if it's really broken. And like they said, he says it's broken, so nothing can happen, I mean, if it's ruined, or if you break it down or whatever you do when you look at it, then no harm done, because right now it isn't used anyway. So I think David and the other guy might, end up taking a look at it. There just haven't been any time because David is cutting down, trimming those hedges this week. They needed it. We have had a very, very wet spring. I mean, like I've said it before, but it feels like we have had fall since the fall. So yeah. So the hedges has grown a lot. Yeah, that was Sunday. I actually, when we got home, because it only lasted about an hour, we were home after we had to be there earlier. So we were home after about an hour and a half, but the event itself lasted only about an hour. So we were home. We were home again by 8:30 p.m. And so maybe two hours. We were gone for 2 hours, and the event started at 7, so we had to be there about 30 minutes prior to that. So yeah, about 2 hours. And then I went to Shay's live, and she asked me, if I was gonna do a pop-up live after her live, and I was like, yeah, let's do that. Let's see if anybody would show up. Nobody really did, but one of my dear subscribers, Dawn, was there. Anthony from Single and Placing stopped by a little, and Lee showed up a little. So I was, an hour and a half chit-chatting, mostly with Dawn, which was nice. So yeah, that was Sunday. Then, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Then Monday, I was doing something Monday, and then Leanne Palumbo, Diamonds and Doxies is her name right now. She used to be Leanne Palumbo on YouTube and Instagram, but she changed her name to Diamonds and Doxies. And she wrote me, just before I was heading out to pick up Rosa, that she did a thing. And she told me that she had filmed her first YouTube video and put it up. And I was like, ooh, I need to watch that. So I came home and I watched some of it, listened to some of it while driving to Rosa's kindergarten. I got to listen to about half of it. And then I listened to the rest of it when I had driven Rosa home and I was driving home again. And I was like, let me make a little video tomorrow to tell people, hey, everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people know Leanne, and she's so supportive of every other creator. So I'm like, hey, go give her some love as well. Go give her a follow. Go watch a video. So I did that yesterday. It's just a little short video. So if you haven't watched it, please go watch that one, and then go give Leanne a follow. She is such a sweet person, and I love her accent. I love it. She's from Texas. So, yeah, go give her a follow. I know she will appreciate it. But yeah, and then Oh, and then last night, like I've told you that we have gotten this mesh up to, so that we can open the doors out in our sunroom to get, in some fresh air without the cats being able to run out. So came out last night, to close the catio and close those net doors, and I came out in the sunroom and the net door was open. And I was like, oh no. So I ran around, trying to figure out, okay, am I missing any cats? And I was. I was missing Spock and Max. And I was like, no, 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 no. And I was calling David, and the door was open, and I can't find, Max and Spock. And I was like, oh no. So pretty soon after I closed the door, just to make sure that none of the two other cats ran out, Spock came running, and he wanted in. We're like, oh my God, okay. One out of two has, returned. And then I was like, okay, I need to go out and, call for Max. So I did that. And first I was like, oh, maybe I'm lucky that he's hiding in the catio, because they have all these little, houses where they have, where they can lie in the little holes and stuff. So I went out there and I called for him, and then I see a pair of eyes, because I'm using my phone as a torch, and I see his eyes out in the garden. So I run outside again, and I'm calling and I'm calling and I'm looking, and I'm going back inside, I'm like, okay, I just have to accept that I have to wait for him to return home. And then all of a sudden he is kind of by my side, but he's skittish. So I basically had to grab him a little forcefully, which he wasn't a fan of, by the way. So I got him inside again. I was like, phew. I wrote David, okay, Max is home as well. I found him. And I was scared because, the doors, the gates out to the street was open, because David had taken his moped to work. So he hadn't closed it, just because then he can drive straight into the garden when he comes home. So I was out on the street calling for him, looking under cars, and oh Lord, that was my poor heart. I nearly had a heart attack when I saw that door was open. I was like, no, 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 no. Especially when Spark was gone. Because, was it last year? I think David hadn't closed the door to the sunroom enough so that he could squeeze out. Well, I think all of them were out that day, by the way. And we got the rest of them in again pretty easy. But Spark was so skittish. So we couldn't get a hold of him. And he ended up running, he was hiding in the hedges between our house, our neighbor's house, and the back neighbor's house. So I had to go into our neighbor's house. He wasn't there. He was at a senior home. He had moved at that time, so he wasn't there. So I went into his yard, which I knew it was okay, by the way. And then I was sitting there trying to coax Spark to come to me, which I succeeded eventually, but it took me a good while. Sorry, I need something to drink. Hopefully you didn't hear that too much. So thinking about that event, I was like, no, he's going to be a nightmare to catch again. But I'm just happy that he came running on his own, because that was easy. Instead of me having, in the dark, having to chase him around. So, yeah. And today I'm like checking that door every 7 seconds, it feels like. Because I'm like, I have no idea how that door opened up. I have no idea. Because I was out saying bye to David when he left. And I know that I closed that door 100%. So I'm like, how did that happen? Because David was like, didn't you close it? You know, probably. I know I did. It was very closed. I mean, but I don't know. The fact is they came out. But yeah. That was a horrible 30 minutes of my life. But yeah, and today, yeah, I told you about today, and the cats are outside, and now I'm just diamond painting. This diamond painting, Question of Reality, I am doing this, you know, early. I started early because it's a big one for Anthony's event. It's gonna be a paint-along event in September. Anthony over at Single and Placing, he will be linked down below. And he's gonna, you know, I think he talked about a weekly or maybe a few videos a week where he's talking about the different elements that he find interesting in this painting. So you don't have to do the painting, you know, you're supporting him just by, you know, watching the videos. But if you have the painting, this diamond painting, and you wanna, you know, follow along or paint along, you could get started right now, unless you can do one of these big diamond paintings in a month. I can't. And I also have another diamond painting that I have to do in September. So I'm getting a head start. But yeah, that's gonna be a fun event. I can't wait to see the videos, to see which subject that he's chosen to talk about. But yesterday I was like, you know, there is a lot of stars here. And I was like, because the stars is basically the white AB 141, which they look good as well. But I was like, maybe I could, you know, I have these silver crystals. So they are silver on top of it. It isn't the white crystal that just has this kind of glass on top, but these are silver. And I'm kind of like, should I maybe put some of these in where the stars is? I'm not going to do it with all the stars, which is also why I haven't filled in, you know, all the stars over here, because I'm like, should I? Should I not? I'm still considering. So I would love to know what you guys think. Should I just use the white AB, or should I try put in that that silver crystal? I also have gold crystals and then the regular crystals. But I'm like, wouldn't it be kind of fun, or is it just my brain? You never know. My brain has its own way of thinking, you know. It's weird sometimes. And I know I could really just do as I please, but I would like your input on it. What would you do? Would you just do the ABs, or would you put in some crystal? And what crystal? Would you use the silver crystals, or the see-through crystal, the glass crystal? I don't know what to call it. The white crystal? Or I also have a gold crystal. Hang on, I'm gonna grab it. Where did I put it? Over here. So yeah, you also have these gold crystals. And then, you know, the white ones, the white crystals, those are also an option. So I'm like, which one should I use? I mean, I would love to know what you think. So please let me know down in the comment field. And also don't forget to tell me how you're doing and what you're working on. And I would love to know if you'd consider joining in on Anthony's paint along. That would be so neat if you do that. But I mean, just watching his videos is supporting his event, so you can do that. But yeah, I have been chit-chatting an hour, so I think I'm gonna end it here. But thank you for watching, and again, please don't forget to give that thumbs up. It really helps. And yeah, please, share this video if you think anybody could, would take something out of it. And I would love to meet more people, to have more people watch my videos. And yeah, see you in my next video. Bye, everybody. Bye. Love you.